joined today from our Public Works Department, a new face in our Public Works Department. I've got Ben here. Ben, welcome to the show. And more importantly, how are you doing today?
Very well. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Jeremy. It's a pleasure to be on.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. Quickly, for people who don't know who you are, Ben, what's your official title here at the city of Fitchburg? And what are
Sure.
some of the stuff that you're going to be working on in this role that you're in?
Sure. So I'm one of the environmental engineers here at the city. Do a lot with stormwater stuff, vegetation management, erosion control permitting, long-term planning for stormwater infrastructure, and kind of anything in that stormwater environmental realm. But today, actually, you're more focused on the refuse and recycling side of things. So, that's all the trash pickup, brush pickup, all that good stuff that the city provides.
Yeah, and we have our annual fall recycling event coming up for 2022, and that's what we're going to focus on today. So people who are maybe new to the city or haven't taken part in this, what's the fall recycling event?
Yeah, so it's going to be October 15th. It's at the city campus, so City Hall library area off of Lacey. It runs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's basically just an event where you can drop off any of your e-waste or confidential paper recycling. There's also a medical drop, and we're going to get in, I think, a little bit into the specifics as far as what you can and can't bring later. But yeah, it's basically just a big event where everyone in the community can drop off all of those recyclables that they've been accumulating over the year or for however long. I don't know if you got your pagers left or VCR still hanging around. This is where you can drop it off. So it's all right in the City Hall location, all three of the different drop-off areas. If you're going to be dropping off any kind of confidential paper for shredding or e-waste, you would just come in off of the easternmost driveway off of Lacey Road into the Civic Campus. And from there, you'll be routed along. There'll be some volunteers telling you where to go, and you'll go through, and then you'd exit either off of Research Park Drive or the other more western Lacey Road driveway. And if you're just here for the med drop, I believe you would just enter off of Research Park Drive, and then you'd be routed through the Civic Campus that way. So that's one thing. There's going to be a bunch of volunteers and signs out. So hopefully we'll make it easy for everyone with figuring out where they need to be.
Ben, as we look at this event as a whole, these are items that paper certainly can recycle, but confidential, we're going to shred these things. So, you're actually protecting yourselves a little bit more there. But when we're really looking at the electronics and medicines too, I mean, you really don't want to be putting these, but electronics specifically, this is something that you're not supposed to put in your refuse cart, your recycling cart. And more importantly, why drop it off here versus just throw it away? And it ends up where?
Right. Well, where, that sometimes is a question that you don't have a good answer to. It probably not somewhere where it should be in some cases. So yeah, these are the type of events that help make sure that things that can be recycled properly are actually getting recycled properly. And just, it's nice to have an event like this where everything's all in one place to really make it easy for people in the community to get rid of those items, because where do they go? I mean, they could be out on the side of the road somewhere, they could be just in landfill, and there's no reason for it when it's super easy to take them somewhere, and they can be recycled, repurposed, or whatever. But so that's why it's important that we have these events twice a year, and we've got great partners that we've been working with. And they've got all the certifications. They're partnered with the state. They're one of the registered e-cyclers, so you can have confidence when you drop it off with the Resource Solutions. That's our partner for this, for the e-waste, that things are actually going to be recycled.
Yeah, really important to keep it out of the landfill, as you said, and a chance for it to be actually recycled. There's a lot of things that can be recycled that you might not think of. So we'll break it down a little bit here quickly on the confidential paper recycling. What can they bring, and how much of it for proper confidential recycling?
Yes. So basically, residents are encouraged to bring anything with personal or sensitive information. So maybe that's checks or old tax forms, something with, maybe your social security number or, other kind of private information. Um, as far as the amount, uh, we're saying the equivalent of 3 paper grocery bags full, about 30 pounds each. And that's just to make it, a little bit easier on the volunteers lifting things out of people's car and stuff. Um, so anything not confidential. So if it's like old junk magazines or whatever, that's not really supposed to be brought here. 3-ring binders, hanging file folders, media such as a floppy disk or tapes or credit cards, that kind of stuff. So it's really paper only, and even the paper clips, staples, all of that stuff needs to be removed before it goes to the shredder.
And you'll help remind folks the day of if they definitely don't meet
Yep.
those needs. Okay. All right. Turning our attention to the electronic recycling portion of this, there are items that are at no cost to be recycled, and then there are some items that are come with a cost because it does take a little extra effort to break them down, if you will. But break it down for us on the no cost items that you can drop off.
Sure. And it's a big list, and you'll be able to see all this. It'll be posted on the city webpage, and there'll be some other flyers and news blasts shooting out if you want to go back and reference this list. But um, for items that can be recycled at no cost, it's pretty extensive. So most small electronics in general, laptops, keyboards, power cords, VCRs, DVD players, copiers, printers, fax machines. It goes on and on. I mean, fans, pans, cables, power tools, vacuum cleaners, all that stuff can be recycled at no cost at this event.
Yeah, and then on the items with a recycling fee, it's pretty specific for those items. Run
It
through that
is.
list.
It is. So we've got flat screen TVs or monitors. That is $20. TVs 29-inch and under, also $20. Flat screen TVs 30 inches to 49 inches, that's $40. Flat screen TVs or console projection devices, TVs over 50 inches, that would be $60. Got a microwave, $15. A stove, oven, washer, dryer, those are going to be $25. A mini fridge, window AC unit, those are going to be $20. Again, you can go back and reference that. We've got that available at a few different locations. But yeah, I think really most things are going to be able to be recycled for free. It's really the TVs and then those really bulkier items where you may have a fee.
Yeah, they do accept cash, check, and credit cards, so that's accepted right through the recycling company
Yes,
themselves,
thanks.
not through the city. So keep that in mind that you can use those different payment strategies. And then the Med Drop, which is available year round. Just this day it will be open on a Saturday. The instructions and stuff are on the website there for drop off what you can and can't bring. But you will have to get out of your vehicle to come into City Hall. We can't move that box; it's kind of big, and so you will have to go into, and I say City Hall, the police department entrance, but that'll be available for you on a Saturday. But it is available through normal business hours. Ben, appreciate your time as always. Always, well, your first time, but it's going to be a lot more. So great job today. And if people do want to find that the brochure, more information about the event, how can they do so?
Yeah, so if you go online onto the Public Works page, into the refuse and recycling page, there'll be a link to um, the shred event or the recycling event. We'll get that posted up to the front page, I think, just to make it a little bit more easy to find or a little more accessible. And you can look if you're subscribed to any of the Notify Me. There's, I believe, a Recycling Day event, so that'll get sent out via email as well if you are subscribed.